Hey, what is going on, you guys? Today we're gonna be doing a painting Bob Ross style. Not gonna lie, I was watching Bob Ross on my computer actually while I was doing this painting, but just for the mountains, just to get a little, the mountains and the skies, just to get a little, you know, idea of how I was gonna start off the mountains, and then after that, then I just started a little, pretty much freestyling it. But here we're just marking the edge of the mountain with the blade, and honestly, you could just mess it up. It's there's no errors here for some reason. The only error is you not doing it. That's the error. But just pretty much marking the edge, and then once I'm certain where I'm gonna have that peak, then I'm gonna start spreading the black. I mean, you know, it's pretty simple too. It's just when it comes to the mountains, it's just blade work, and for some reason, out of everything I do in the painting, the my favorite part is just doing the mountains, painting the mountains because it's so simple. It's so simple. I mean, you can see here, kind of skip the other shenanigans, but it's pretty much just spreading out the mountain. The mountain, I know that's gonna be the main visual focus for my painting, and it's pretty simple. I'm not gonna lie. Here I'm also just spreading the skies with my fingers because sometimes I feel like the brush doesn't do justice when it comes to blending, especially if you don't got like those crazy Bob Ross brushes. I'm gonna blend it with my fingers. Not gonna lie, this painting did take me like 2 days. I was just bored and I decided to just do a little small painting. Once I start painting in here the snow, I mean, towards the middle of it, I realized it kind of looks too smeared. So I ended up putting more details in the mountain, just because I ended up staying pretty late for this painting. And this is for sure by far my favorite part in just painting a landscape. I could do hours trying to perfect it. You can't spend too much time. You can't spend way too much time just painting the mountains, but like I said, my main, you see here, right here, right here, right here. It's like it looks too smeared, right? It looks too smeared, but you can't spend too much time doing the mountains, and not be like, all right, trying to move on for the next part. But while I was looking at it right here, I was like, it looks too smeared. Let me just add more white. I mean, I'm pretty much just doing like the background trees right here as well. The background trees, and just giving them that perception of like trees in the background or far away. And not gonna lie, right here I messed up. I messed up here. I, I, something a critical step that I forgot to do was put a liquid paint to prep the painting. That's another big component of making a mountain, or not just a mountain, a landscape, is preparing the painting for a smooth brush, a smooth stroke. It was really important for me to put the liquid white in the background, but I kind of got lazy. I didn't do it, and the reflection of the water kind of doesn't look that well unless you do have it prepped. I'm pretty sure if the last one I did that was prepped, the reflection looks way better, way better. And as you see here in the mountains, that's when I'm adding that ridge. I decided to add a ridge just because it looked too smeared. It didn't look too realistic the way I wanted it to do, the way Bob Ross does it, pretty much. So I'm adding a ridge. As you can tell, it starts to kind of make a form of. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a clear mountain. That looks like a more detailed mountain. And mm, it's like I said, like there's no mistakes here. There's no mistakes here. Bob Ross says it himself. It's like there's happy accidents. I don't know how he says it, but something like that. And that's what I noticed is when I was painting it, the shadow contrast wasn't really hitting the way I wanted it to. So I just decided to add more white, as if the sun was hitting it from that specific direction. And then I'm pretty sure I added more blue here just to give it that more of a shadow on the other side. And man, it is so fun making these. It brings me so much more peace. Especially when I know I should be painting when I have time and I don't, I start feeling some type of way. But hey, I'm doing it. This is gonna be my first episode. Make sure you do me a huge favor. Please, please, please. I'm almost about to be at 1,000 subscribers. Do me a huge favor. Subscribe. Give it a like. Throw a comment if you can, if you got time. That will be very well appreciated, and I will try to get back to those comments as soon as I can. I also cut hair, and I do a lot of forms of artwork, of artwork. Sorry, excuse my accent. I do uh, art in general. It's so transcendent in itself. So seen a Bob Ross video, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I can do one of those astonishing landscapes. So there you go, man. I didn't really start painting till a couple years ago. Maybe around 2 years ago, I started really like looking at landscapes. And hell yeah, it is. It is. It's fun. It's fun. Let me tell you. Here, the mountains actually getting some more of a, more of a mountain. It looks more of a mountain. Looks more of a realistic mountain because now you can see the distortion between the white and then like the light bluish, as if it's creating that depiction of a shadow. And you can tell where the light source is coming from. It's pretty much just making curves to make that ridge look. And man, this one, I'm really proud of this painting. Wait till the result. Wait till the end. I'm really, really proud of this painting just because I freestyled it. The only thing I used Bob Ross help was just making the beginning shape of the mountain, and the rest I just freestyled. So hey, every day I'm getting better. Let's get it. Here I'm just adding pretty much the final details on the mountain on the bottom, just to pretty much um, fade in the bottom part with then connecting it to the more of a close up areas, which I'm gonna end up putting some bushes around the bottom corners. It's gonna be pretty nice. Hmm. As I'm seeing it, I'm thinking, what else could I've done better? I'm thinking, what else could I've done better? And honestly, this. I'm thinking of an idea is actually just to not do landscapes. I want to do like some Easters. It's probably like throwing like little like spaceships, or not spaceships. It's like UFOs and some people in the certain backgrounds. I'll have to figure out someday. That would be pretty interesting concept. I'm pretty sure it would be a pretty good, interesting clip for social media, for like Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff. Which also on those social medias, my name is the same, Javi Cuts Hair. No, no, no. I always question my name when it comes to social media. I'm like, did that sound too good? Yeah, screw it. It's just a name. When it comes to a business, the name does matter, right? If it gets that little hit, but ultimately a name is just a name. Um, Damn, I need to hurry up and get to the other part. But it's pretty much just I'm just focusing on the shadows. Damn, I didn't realize how detailed it looks from a third perspective point of me watching me paint. Because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not talking in the video. I'm actually doing a voiceover. And damn, that looks really realistic. I'll have to frame that one. Oh yeah, oh yeah, this is coming out nice. Comment if you think Bob Ross would have been proud of me, bro. There you go. So I think right here I'm about to start doing a little. Oh no, I'm still gonna be doing the more trees in the background, but you see, I'm trying to give it that look of far away. And I'm not really too focusing on the details too much, but because there's gonna be another tree right there gonna be covering it. It's gonna be actually 4 trees, 2 on each side. And like I said, I still want to have the focal point to be the mountain, right? Just because if you live in Colorado or somewhere around and you go hiking in the areas, there's gonna be some areas, man, they're just breathtaking. They're breathtaking, and you're like, this is why I like hiking. Here, I'm just trying to put some reflections on the water, and I should have put a little bit more detail into this part. Kind of feel like I should have really added that the oil, the liquid oil, right before making the full painting. But oh well, that's a mistake to be fixed in the next one. Here I'm also doing some bushes. This is gonna be. I'm not gonna have them too close to each other just because I still want some light areas to make other like brush dabs with different colors. And here I'm putting a little bit of black on that for that reflection. It's not gonna be too perfect. Still kind of far away. I don't want him to make too. I don't want to make it too too realistic in that area. I'm not trying to focus on that area as much. Either way, I'm still putting bushes. That's gonna be. I don't know. I'm trying to imagine this as like, what would I be doing if I seen this in real life? So I'm just trying to think back of moments where I did hikes and I was probably walking on a trail and I seen that perfect view, that perfect view of that mountain that is just you just can't take your eyes away from it. And I don't know what color I'm looking for. I'm pretty sure I'm looking for green or mixing green. For the bushes, I try to have majority green, some yellows and reds. I feel like those three colors are pretty interesting. And I'm thinking now I should have added some purple. I feel like that would have been a good mixture, kind of like for like some berries or whatever type of bushes there's out there. Yep, I have a little bit mixture of black and green, and I see a little bit of yellow. That's more green right there. More green. I'm not really being too careful where I'm placing it, just because in reality I'm gonna be mushing a lot of it together, and then I'm gonna be adding a little trail towards the end. Also, not to forget, we have to do the trees. But you see, there's some yellow in the middle, some green in the edges, and I'm right now what I'm truly trying to focus on is just covering as much white as possible because there's some parts where kind of light, and I'm just dabbing away, just areas where it just need to be covered. This is fun. This is fun. I didn't realize how fun it is. You don't realize how fun it is until you start finishing or looking the process of it. And I know there's another thing that I notice is just sitting down and doing it. Just sitting down and doing it. If you think of doing something, don't negotiate with yourself. Just do it. Just do it. You're gonna think yourself, and you're gonna look right here. I'm adding the trail. Think about it. If I was really looking at this area, what would I been doing? It's probably walking on a trail. Not gonna lie. I'm just adding a little trail. Now I'm thinking I should have added a little bit of white, a little bit more like dark colors, as if it's like just pure dirt. Pure dirt. Adding more bushes. I seen some bushes kind of like I don't know, kind of like brown. I should have added more like yellow to that brown, or it was like dark red. Dark red. Just cleaning the brush, giving it a little zap. But once again, adding more. I think I added some more white to the green, just to give it more like a shadow contrast towards the background. I really, when it comes to trees, that was one of the biggest fears because in one of my previous paintings, they came out bad. Honestly, I thought they came out bad. Some people say it's pretty good, but as an artist perspective, I thought it was pretty bad. But like I said, going back to Bob Ross, looking more of his videos, and I'm like, damn, there you go. That's what I need to do. Is probably more, different strokes, not just too horizontal or too diagonal. And it's just pretty much making it just flow. Just try not to make it too complicated. And yeah, I mean it's close to being done. I'm pretty sure after this, I'm trying to think of how I'm gonna be doing the trees. You see here, I'm not trying to go too straight. I'm kind of going like zigzags, just because if you're going too straight, it's gonna look abnormal. It's gonna look like it was man made. So here it's just kind of dabbing it with zigzags, like, and also like you want to leave some light spots just to have that shadow contrast, and it just doesn't look too like man-made, like too fake. I would say. And you also want to add more color, so it looks like there's also shadows under that. I realize there's a plain spot by the background trees, so at some point I add another tree. And yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the process to making a Bob Ross looking painting. And man, Bob Ross is the goat. Is the goat when it comes to landscapes. I don't know how many students he has, but I'm one of them. I was kind of obsessed with his paintings because they're just so calm, and they're so relaxing. You could just watch one over and over just because of the process. It's just so simple. It's pretty simple, because in reality it's like doing the skies. It's just blending colors. The mountains is blade work, solely blade work. And then the bottom area, if it's bushes or trees, it's just dabbing your brush. It is just simple as dabbing your brush. And when I always hear people like, "Oh, I was never that creative," it's like, well, I think you are. You just don't want to try to be creative. But here, look, as you can tell on the trees, I'm doing the same movements, like the zigzags, just so it could captivate that type of realism. A little look in realism, also with some shadows in the back. And but hey, if you like art, dude, you never know. You never know when you can find someone that's interested in buying your paintings. Just give it a shot. Give it a shot. I think the most recent paintings I've done, they're pretty good. I'm gonna try to have them on restaurants, just for exhibition, and some for sale. How right now I don't want to sell them yet, just because my goal is to have 10 of them, so then I could have enough paintings to work with for showings, for showings. And I'm gonna have them in restaurant here in Colorado. If you're looking in Colorado, check out the Delectable Egg over here in Westminster. It's pretty good food. I used to work there. I used to be a busser there, a busser and a host. And I think I did serving for a little bit. I don't remember. That was a while ago. I can't say my age because that was probably illegal. Probably illegal what I was doing, but hey, when you gotta hustle, you gotta hustle. What's the best way to hustle? Creating art. Creating art, earning money, honestly, and you never know. You never know where it's gonna take you. I'm just doing this for the first time. This is my first episode that I'm doing this type of style, kind of like a Bob Ross style. It's actually not that bad. It's pretty fun. It is pretty fun, and we're close to being done. I'm pretty sure these are the last details. Just making sure that that trail kind of looks legit. And like I said, one more time, do me a huge favor. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. Please subscribe, like. Let's get this. Let's get these paintings done. Well, yo, this is like I said. What was it? 20 minutes. In reality, I had to speed up me painting just cause I had to speed it up times two. Because normal, it would have been an hour. It would have been a whole hour of me recording. I don't know what I'm saying right there, but I'm saying something. But yeah, I mean, when you take your time, it on a painting, the total time it takes you, it would be around I don't know, 2 to 4 hours, just on how just looking on how detailed you want to be. But there you go. Hey, anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. I didn't start painting until 2 years ago, and it is fun. It's fun. Thank you for watching. If you're here right at the end, thank you for watching. This is the this is the process. I'm just adding some stuff. I usually let it dry, and once it's dried up, then I'll sign it. And hell yeah, yeah, just adding some small details. Pretty sure it's late by the time I'm finishing this. It's probably around 12. I mean, on weekends, I'll be up till, if I'm painting on a Saturday night, whew, I'll be up till 2 or 3 in the morning, sometimes later. Just depends on how much time I've lost just focusing on creating something like this. And let me tell you, there's a muse. There's a muse over there. If you're working and you hate your job, there is something out there that will give you ideas. That muse, whatever that voice is, that you should be doing something better. And you are. Anyways, we're about to be close to the end, guys. This is the painting. The painting, I do little more dribbles. For oil paints, let me tell you, that takes forever to dry out. But it takes what, 3-4 days for good dry? That's good. That's good. I should start making prints on these and sign them. That'd be sick. Let me know if you would like that. Hey, thank you guys for watching. I'm out.